So, we all know large language models are amazing, right? But let's be honest, they can also be completely wild and unpredictable. So how do we actually tame them for serious, real-world applications? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into. We're going to explore the essential tools for building trust in AI, guardrails.
Here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll talk about the chaotic, unpredictable side of raw AI. Then we'll introduce guardrails as the fix. After that, we'll take a tour of the different types, see how they actually work in practice, and finally, we'll look at what it takes to make a system truly ready for the enterprise.
All right, so let's just start with the core problem itself. What happens when you let one of these incredibly powerful language models just run free? It really all comes down to this one simple question. Can you actually trust your model's output every single time? For most out-of-the-box LLMs, the honest answer is probably not. And hey, if you've ever actually worked with these models, this list is probably going to look painfully familiar, right? You ask for perfectly structured data, and you get back broken JSON. You give it crystal clear instructions, and it just does its own thing. It makes up facts out of thin air, leaks sensitive information, or suddenly adopts a completely weird tone. Without some kind of control, all this chaos makes AI totally unreliable and frankly unsafe for production. So, this brings us to the hero of our story, guardrails. This is how we bring order to the chaos. It's how we add that layer of predictability to these amazingly creative, but sometimes unruly systems.
So what is a guardrail really? Well, at its core, it's just a rule. It's a set of checks and balances that we wrap around the LLM to steer its behavior. You know, think of them like the bumpers in a bowling lane. They just keep the ball heading right where you want it to go.
So what do you actually get with these guardrails? Well, they make sure the output is in the exact format you need. They guarantee that it's safe and free of toxic or risky stuff. They make sure it's accurate and sticks to the right style. And, this is a big one for any business, they enforce compliance with privacy rules and put real limits on what actions an AI can actually perform.
Okay, so now we know what guardrails do. Let's pop the hood and look at the different types you can actually use. This is your toolkit for building AI you can trust.
This chart is a great breakdown of the different tools for different jobs. For instance, you've got schema validation to make sure your JSON is clean. You have regex filters that can automatically catch and block things like phone numbers or email addresses. You've got classifiers to spot toxic language. You can even force a model to only pick from a specific list of answers, like yes or no, or decide which tools it's even allowed to touch. Now check this out. This is one of the most powerful guardrails there is for accuracy. This simple instruction, especially when you pair it with a retrieval-augmented generation system, or RAG, it just crushes hallucinations by forcing the model to stick to the facts you've already given it. No making stuff up.
Now, when an AI can actually do things, like run code or send emails, the stakes get way, way higher. And this is where agentic guardrails become completely non-negotiable. They can implement role-based access, so only a specific person can trigger an action. They can require a human to sign off before sending an important email. And they can validate commands to stop the AI from doing something dangerous.
Okay, so we've got all these different kinds of guardrails. How do they actually fit together in a real live system? Let's walk through the entire process.
So the process kicks off with the LLM's raw, unchecked response. But before it even gets close to the user, it hits this critical validation layer. Here, it gets checked against all of our rules. Is the format right? Is there any sensitive data? Is it safe? Only after it passes all these checks does the response get approved. If it fails, it can be fixed, flagged for a human to look at, or escalated.
And if we zoom out a little, you can see that guardrails aren't just for outputs. A really robust system checks the inputs too. It'll sanitize user prompts to stop things like prompt injection attacks. Then the request goes to the model. The output gets put through that validation layer we just talked about, and only then is the final safe response delivered to the user. Let's make this super concrete. Here's a perfect example. We're expecting a JSON object where the age field is an integer, a number. But the LLM sends back the word 30 as a string. Now, without a guardrail, that would probably crash whatever application is trying to use this data. But a schema validation guardrail catches this mistake instantly. Failure. So what happens when it fails? This is where things get really clever. Instead of just throwing an error and giving up, we can automatically send that failed output right back to the LLM with a new prompt that basically says, hey, you messed up. Here's the correct format. Fix it. This lets the system actually repair itself, a lot of the time without any human needing to step in at all. Okay, Using these techniques is one thing, but to be truly enterprise-ready, you have to build a professional, auditable framework around all of them. A huge piece of being enterprise-ready is logging. You need a crystal-clear audit trail. This means you're recording the raw LLM output so you can debug it, the results of every single validation check for potential legal audits, and exactly which safety filters got triggered. This kind of transparency and reproducibility is absolutely critical.
So, if you are building an LLM application for production, this right here is your non-negotiable checklist. You need schema validation, you need safety moderation, you need PII detection, defenses against prompt injection, checks to make sure your RAG system is being faithful to its context, and of course, comprehensive logging. These aren't just nice-to-haves. This is the standard.
This quote just hits the nail on the head. The incredible creativity of these models is their greatest strength, but that strength is pretty much useless for reliable applications if you don't have the structure and boundaries that guardrails provide.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. Guardrails are the key. They are what transform a large language model from a risky, unpredictable generator into a trusted, reliable assistant. This is how we move beyond cool demos and get to enterprise-ready AI that is safe, structured, and completely dependable.